They are an older couple, and in many ways they remind me of the both of you.
Okay, just going to say one word. Steady there. Steady. Welcome back to another episode of the Wittering Whitehalls from Whitehall Towers. We've got so much to get through today. We've much to tell you from the West Country.
Selling farm machinery, that sort of thing.
No, Bob. No, selling the produce from the farm.
Oh, I see.
We've got an anonymous DL who is not popular with their neighbours.
I think sprinkle is probably the wrong word.
Yeah,
It sounds
like
to
a dousing.
me like it was more of a dousing.
And Ollie in St Austell asks if we had ever considered being on the local council.
Not in a million trillion years.
Yeah. DLs, welcome to another episode of the Wittering Whitehalls, which I personally have designated National PPJ Day.
Is that right?
Yes, look, because let me tell you, PPJ, there we go. Bonjour, PPJ, bonjour, Putney. Here it is. I'm giving him, DLs,
What's my waistline?
the almond croissant to end all almond croissants, as we know, a big fave of mine. I've not had one, Joe, this morning. I'm slightly gel. I should have there was only one left, and I thought that is going PPJ's way because it's National PPJ Day. The other thing is,
I would half it with you, but it's just not going to work
it's,
with the podcast.
it's not going to look good, and I don't want it over my new frock.
Oh, that's a frock, is it? I thought you were ready for bed.
I just don't even know where to go with that, DLs, because
What?
I've finally got the third colourway of this frock, which, as you know, I'm obsessed with. Jack
Oh,
bought me
do
one
now.
for Mother's Day in LA.
No.
White, pale green,
Yeah.
love it. I then went back the following day for the purple colourway.
Yeah,
They
I
didn't have
saw.
this one in stock.
No.
I've tracked it down online.
Yeah.
And here we are. I'm in the orange and pink
Yes,
version now.
I know, I saw the bill.
Right, PPJ, as well as the almond croissant,
Yeah.
there's a slight element of the expression coals to Newcastle this week.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Do you not?
No, you're going to have to do an explainer on that one.
Okay, coals to
God.
Newcastle, because of course there were a lot of mines up there. So if you
Yeah.
took coal to Newcastle, that's where it's produced. So you're just basically taking it home. You're giving something to somebody
Got
that
you.
they've already got.
Yeah.
So we have just been, DLs.
I suppose the reason...
Oh, hello.
No, I suppose the reason that our very distinguished producer hasn't heard of the phrase is that they don't have coal mines in Newcastle anymore.
They do not, but it is
Or probably when he was born, they probably didn't have
probably
them either.
not, actually, yeah.
So why would he know?
It's a well-worn expression, but it's a good one.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
I shall take it onwards with
Right,
me.
Yeah.
coals to Newcastle. So, Mr. Whitehall, would you like to explain to the DLs what we've just done, if you can remember, for the last 10 days? What have we been doing?
We've been on what I would call a West Country
Road trip. Sorry, there was a lot of driving. I know you don't drive anymore.
Would we allow jaunt?
jaunt's a
Yeah.
good word. It
The
sort
moniker.
of travels with my wife.
Exactly.
Sort of thing, really.
I named it the Two Old Gits road trip because we are two old gits
No, I
driving
think
around the
that's-
West Country.
I don't think that's appropriate at all. We went to some very classy places, spent time with some charming people.
A lot of old clients, which was lovely.
Not
I'll
a
come on to
lot
that
of
though,
old
DL.
clients, but it sounds like we were wandering around the country trying to find some not dead but just alive old clients.
We started, PPJ, in Somerset.
Oh, I'm fairly familiar.
Yes. Now, we had a bit of a false start because Barney had recommended a wonderful establishment called the Three Horseshoes in Batcombe. I, of course, booked the Three Horseshoes in Batcombe, but then failed and omitted to check the email and said to Michael, we're going to Shepton Mallet to the Horseshoe Inn.
Ah, now there's a mistake been made there.
Yes, there was a mistake. And when we got to the...
When we arrived, let me
Don't be
tell
rude,
you,
please, because it looks
Hilary
like a fine
said,
establishment.
we're there. We're there. We're Shepton Mallet. And I said, you sure it's Shepton Mallet? Yes, this is where we're in.
The Horseshoe
Oh,
Inn,
no,
I said,
look,
with
there it
great
is, the
confidence.
Horseshoe Inn. I mean, it looked like
Is this
a
going to make
pub,
the edit?
basically.
Nothing wrong with a nice traditional old boozer.
Yeah.
Yes,
Can I just
that's
say,
what
it
it
was
looked
on a main road, which
It was
didn't...
on a main road.
Yeah.
It didn't appear to have very much in the way of accommodation.
It did,
It did,
actually.
however, have an empty car park.
It did.
Well, I thought, well, that's
Right,
handy.
can I just say,
But then I thought, if it's got an empty car park, how come it's such a famous and
Gastropub. Yeah.
Because there's clearly nobody there apart from us.
It was 4:00 in the afternoon, Michael Whitehall.
Okay.
And secondly, I have looked at it subsequently. It looks actually quite nice, I have to say.
Okay.
So then we repaired, having looked at the email, to Backham, to the Three Horseshoes.
Which was full of bats.
No bats were involved.
No bats.
But a very, very nice bedroom. We had a slight problem because we arrived late, because we'd left late, and we'd had the false start in Shepton Mallet. And we said that we were sort of ushered straight into dinner, into the dining room.
Good food, good wine, charming posh girls. They
A
weren't.
lot of posh girls doing hospitality at Oxford Brookes.
Yeah.
Staffed by...
You were just down the road from my favourite roundabout name in the country.
Which is?
Nunnycatch.
Oh, Nunnycatch.
Nunnycatch roundabout.
Where is that?
Just outside Nunny.
What it catches all those people coming
All the
out of
nuns.
Nanny.
Yeah.
It's a
You
nun.
can stop off at the Nunnycatch Cafe or the Nunny Castle.
Is this near where you're from? Is that
It's
how you
all-
know
it's
it?
all in that
General direction.
all in that general direction.
Well, the
yeah.
following day,
I'm definitely not knowing Nanny.
Nunnycatch.
Also, honourable mention for Vobster,
Oh, I like
just
Vobster.
outside Froome.
Do we like Vobster? I'm off to Vobster.
Is
Yeah, I
that
love it.
VO?
I'm being very selfish. I'm just crowbarring place
Bob.
names.
I like
know
it.
what- I
We
know
let the
what I'm doing.
DLs love a place name. We know that. Anyway, the following day we went to essentially a farm shop, which seemed to have other things there as well.
Like selling farm machinery, that sort of thing.
No, Bob.
Yeah.
No, selling the
What?
produce from the farm.
Oh, I see. Right.
And it was very, very good cheese, which we took on to our other destinations. Come back to that. But we did, Joe, get you some little presents from Somerset.
Oh, you.
But it's ridiculous.
you
I'm going to
need
hand them
her.
over. Not only from Somerset, but also from Dorset, which was our other
That's okay.
destination.
I
Here we go.
kindly upon
Here we
them.
go.
Goodness gracious me! Look at that. Thank you so much.
So,
What are you like?
just talking you through them, there's some cider, which I'm sure you've never tasted.
Local
Somerset cider.
produce.
Yeah, local produce. There's apple cider vinegar. Of course,
Oh,
there is.
hello.
Hello, what do we think about that? What's it?
Reasons to be cheerful.
Yes,
it
I
says.
thought PPJ needs that.
Yes.
Because, of course, you wouldn't have access to any of that, given that you're from Somerset and your parents still
No,
live
but it's
there.
not. When you go home, it's not like you go to the local farm shops,
No.
do you? That's the tourist stuff.
Now,
So I
these
wouldn't be
two
getting this
from
stuff.
Dorset, because we then moved to Cornwall first,
Yeah.
which I'll come back to. Then we went to Dorset, and then that is from a chocolatier in Swanage.
Ah, that's clever.
Fish
isn't
and
it?
chips made of chocolate.
Chocolate fish and chips.
Yeah, thought you could share those with your eldest,
What
certainly.
a lovely idea.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you very much. That's very kind.
It's wrapped, DLs, to explain, the fish and chips are in a sort of, well, it looks like a tray that you get in a fish and chip shop, wrapped in that white paper that they wrap it in,
is
but it's all made of
wonderful
chocolate.
marketing.
DLs, this is a big, big thank you, because we all owe a debt of gratitude to PPJ, because without PPJ there would be no Wittering Whitehalls. So thank you, Joe, for all your hard work.
Not at all. It's all in a day's work. I
There you
greatly
go.
enjoy it.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
very much.
Get those clanking back to wherever you live.
Pop those in there.
Yep.
Lovely.
So Cornwall, lovely seeing your lovely client, ex-client Liz and her husband Robert.
Yes,
that was
Elizabeth
fab.
Garvey.
Swam twice at Port Gaverne, quite nippy. Just gonna say, even though we've had hot weather earlier, quite nippy that sea.
Elizabeth Garvey, who
Yeah,
was the
are
best.
we allowed to say her full name?
Yes,
Yes,
we
okay.
are. Who was the best? What was that?
Elizabeth Bennet in Pride and Prejudice. She was
Yes.
the original
Yeah.
Elizabeth Bennet, not the Colin Firth one, but the one before.
Yeah, she
I can't
was
remember
brilliant.
who played Darcy in that one.
She was never bettered.
Oh, she's so
I think.
beautiful. Well, she still is beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, lovely actress.
Yeah. And a charming husband.
Charming husband.
Could I also ask you one personal thing about your frock?
Yes, Michael.
And that
Whitehalls.
is...
What, the one that you think looks like a nightdress?
No, it looks enchanting. It's a beautiful colour.
Yes.
But is the white thing underneath it? Is that part of the frock?
Yes, that's a lining.
Or is that an undergarment
otherwise
you're wearing?
we'd be into a massive Princess Diana situation. Do you remember that photograph in the garden of the nursery school she worked in, where she was holding a child and holding the hand of another child, and the photographers positioned her so that the sun was going right through her frock and you could see her legs and everything. It's a famous picture.
Right.
That is why there is an underskirt.
Right, and that is part of the
yes,
frock.
but when I stand up, you don't notice it. It's called a lining, Michael.
Fine, I've got it.
It's a technical thing.
Yeah.
To continue with the road trip, so from Cornwall, we then went to Dorset, to Kimmeridge Bay, to another ex-client, the gorgeous, lovely, should have had a knighthood, but hasn't yet, Edward Fox.
Yeah.
The original jackal from the original Day of the Jackal, who was
I don't know about
gorgeous.
you, but I prefer, I don't know what our producer would think of this.
Or indeed the DLs.
I prefer the word former client rather than ex-client, because ex makes it sound like, this is my ex-wife, like I've dumped her and this is a new one, and this is the old one. Whereas former works, I think, better. This is a former client of mine, Edward Fox.
Edward Fox, I think, is an OBE, but I may be wrong.
I'd go for CB. If he isn't a CB...
How much? He should be.
He should be, and I hope King Charles is listening to this.
Talking of King Charles, you've got a lovely book review, haven't you? I mean, a book recommendation.
I'm reading at the moment, and great thing about it is it's short, which means that I will finish it.
Yeah.
And it's called King Charles III.
What's it about?
40 Years of Architecture.
Oh.
All right.
Okay,
The clue's in the title.
Got it.
And there's a cartoon of him on the front.
Yeah.
And it's by Clive Aslett.
Yeah.
Who is a very distinguished writer of architectural things.
Okay.
And
Charles is quite big on architecture.
Was involved with Country Life. I think he was editor of Country Life at one point.
Is there something about Poundbury in there?
It's about everything that King Charles was involved with.
Okay.
And
how's it going with the papers there?
And I'm enjoying it enormously.
Okay, there you go, DLs. A little extra bonus, a little bit of a book review.
Aslett.
Okay.
40 Years of Architecture. King Charles III.
Sorry, we've got right off topic here, DLs. There's a lot of meandering around, as indeed there was across the West Country. So Edward Fox.
Edward Fox.
Services to Drama, 2003. What did we think? CB?
I think a CB, and Hilary thinks an OB.
How much?
I wouldn't bet
how much?
on it.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't take the bet.
The answer I'm looking for is OBE.
Oh.
Yes! I could have won big there.
Outrageous. I mean,
it is outrageous.
Absolutely outrageous. Yeah. And if you're listening or watching this, King Charles,
get on with it.
Upgrade him. And do it quickly.
Yeah. Anyway, we had a lovely time with Edward and Joanna.
We did.
Took Edward out for lunch to Wareham. We'll come back to Wareham, actually.
Will we?
Yes, we will, because there's an email which there's something relevant to Wareham.
And we've got a few stories about Wareham.
We have. But we had a lovely time with Edward, took him for lunch. I have to say, DLs, that Michael and Edward were like the two men in the box in the Muppets. The banter was exhausting, but wonderful. Meandering through yesteryear of the business and the world and life, and it was very, very sweet and lovely to watch you two, literally like a couple of old buffers, just going through life.
Well, that's what we are.
You never drew breath.
A couple of old buffers.
Never drew breath.
And the reason I'm fond of Edward, or so fond of Edward, is that he's probably the only person I know who's older than me.
Yeah.
Most of my friends are sort of 20 or 30 years younger than me.
then we moved on up the coast marginally to
We did.
Studland to stay with our friend Phil.
Yeah.
We hung around in Swanage for a bit, did a bit of shopping in Swanage, did
Did
we
you
not?
say hung around? It sounds like a sort of damp smell on the landing, you know. Whenever we go up on that landing, there's that horrible smell that hangs around up there. We must do something about the loft.
Michael Whitehall, would you like to read an email?
I would.
The first one, please, because it's to do with Wareham.
Dear Michael and Hilary, the wonderful Witterers,
We've done a lot of that this morning already.
I simply had to share this story with you and the DLs because it might be the only way to ease the shame of it all. This summer, with the endless hot weather, keeping to a rigorous watering regime in the garden has been vital.
Just to say something, at the time of recording, there is a hosepipe ban, so that's going to be quite challenging because you're going to have to do it with a watering can.
It's become a nice evening activity with our 3-year-old before we commence the bedtime routine. What could be better, I've thought to myself, than teaching her all about the plants and the creatures in the garden.
Sweet.
We were doing the watering the other night when our neighbours emerged from their door and began walking out to their car. They are an older couple, and in many ways they remind me of the both of you.
Okay, just going to say one word. Steady there. Steady.
Older.
Yes, older.
Older.
Yeah, be very careful.
They're very well to do, quite well spoken, and are always immaculately turned out.
Okay, I'll take those two.
This evening, even more so. It looked like they were going to a posh dinner or some other event. As these thoughts passed calmly through my brain, my 3-year-old managed to direct the hose over our garden fence and gave both of them a pretty good sprinkling.
Ooh.
I panicked, wrestled the hose from her hands, and began spluttering my profuse apologies. The damage was done.
Ooh.
They disappeared back into the house in a hurried fashion. I'm not surprised. Making shocked and disapproving noises.
Oh, very Michael Whitehall.
I wonder what the disapproving noise might have been.
I know what yours would have been.
One would have started with the F word.
What, even as a 3-year-old?
Followed with the O word.
Yes, exactly.
I have hardly seen them since. Again, I'm not surprised. And they won't even look at me. I don't know them very well at all, but because they remind me of the Whitehalls, oh, cheers.
No.
It's like my favourite podcasters are cross with me. Any recommendations? I feel like they're not going to see the funny side anytime soon.
I'd agree with that.
Please don't reveal my name. I'm just a very dedicated doddle.
I mean, you would not take kindly to having a hosepipe sprinkled all over you, would you, if you were going out to a posh do in your finery? The F word would
not.
definitely be involved, even though she's only 3.
From the general tone of this email, I think sprinkle is probably the wrong word.
Yeah,
it sounds
like
to
a dousing.
me like it was more of a dousing, more of a shock.
Yeah, a shower.
A shower.
Absolute shower.
A sprinkling rather suggests it would just cool them off as they walk to their car.
When I water the plants back at the BBH, there's no sprinkling involved.
No.
It's a proper douse.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised they were a bit cross. I think what you're going to have to do, Ms. Doddle, is to get yourself, I assume it's a Ms, might not be a Ms. whichever parent it is, a they them parent, I think you need to go around with a bottle of wine or a cake or something, flowers, to say sorry. Don't you?
Well, it's a bit late now.
Well, I think it's never too late, Michael, to say sorry. Because you don't want, as they say, beef with your neighbours, do you?
No, that's true. I mean, they might find if you take something round there, you go and ring the doorbell, and when the door opens, your neighbour will have a hose in his hand and will then
get his own back.
Shower you
exactly
in return. That's what Norman Wisdom always used to do when he got showered with a hose, and Raymond Huntley would give him a good showering.
Was it it was on the beat when he got very out of control with a hose pipe in the washing down the police cars. This reminded me that we're coming back to Wareham now, because this reminded me of the time, Michael, do you remember the story of staying at the Priory Hotel in Wareham when we were filming The Good Guys back in the early 90s?
Yes.
Would you like to relay what happened?
Is there some connection here to Richard
Griffiths? There is, because Richard was in an episode for you. The legend that was Richard Griffiths. We were all staying at the Priory Hotel. We were in a sort of outbuilding because we had a 3-year-old and a 18-month-old. I think I was pregnant with Barney at the time. But
how did Jack get into Richard's bedroom?
I think you said, because Richard was his godfather, let's go and visit Uncle Richard in the main bit of the hotel, you said bravely.
And he was still in... He wasn't in bed.
No, he was in his room. So we all repaired up to Richard's room, which was on the first floor overlooking the main lawn that goes down to the river at Wareham. Right.
Full of people having their morning coffees.
Indeed, yep.
And Jack managed, I'm not quite sure how, and he wasn't wearing them at the time, managed to get hold of a pair of Richard's underpants.
Which were, I'm just going to say that, just to give you sort of context, were quite a substantial garment.
They were a serious
garment.
Serious pair of underpants.
And we did try and wrestle them off him.
We did try and wrestle them off him.
But he was 3.
Without success.
Yep.
And he
ran over to the window that was open.
To the window which was already open and threw them out of the window.
Whilst roaring with laughter.
Yeah. And they landed on the...
They sort of caught a wind, a breeze, and they sort of floated.
That's right, and landed on somebody's head who was eating their morning
coffee. Okay, you're really over-egging it now, because they landed on the lawn.
Oh, they landed on the lawn.
But flat.
I think landing on someone's head is a better story, but if you want to go for the truth, then let's go for the truth. Well, they landed on the lawn.
Pick what you like, DLs, out of that. Yeah.
And it was embarrassing for all concerned, particularly for Richard,
who did not look pleased. And I had to go down and retrieve said pants in front of everybody.
I mean, he had got a backup pair.
I assume he did, because he was dressed. But Jack was in big trouble that day.
He was.
Haven't you got a story, PPJ, about embarrassing? Is this your...
Yeah, my cousin Mac, we were all going on holiday. We were in the airport. There was a gentleman of larger proportions in front of us in the queue. My cousin was stood with my mum, and in that voice that children use when it's not quiet at all, because children don't use quiet voices.
No, and it's funny how everyone goes silent when these things happen.
Little lull in the noise. Yeah. And Mac said to my mum, he said, "Auntie Sue, I bet that man wears big pants."
Bless him.
And the gentleman probably did hear, I think.
Yes, yeah. Well, he probably did wear big pants.
He also said in an airport, I don't know if it was the same time, but Mac also said in an airport, "Mummy, why are we not allowed to say bomb in an airport?"
Yeah, well, we've had that conversation, I think, on another episode with Mr. Whitehall, have we not? That he loves to reference the word bomb in an airport, Michael. You love to, when you see Jack at security, you go, "Hi, Jack."
I always say, "Hi, Jack."
Yeah.
Hi, Jack.
For the joke, not not appropriate. And you always, when you're asked to take your shoes off, which you're not now because you're over 80.
Yeah.
But when you were asked to take your shoes off, why do we... Oh, this is all Robert Reed or Richard Reed, whatever he's called, the shoe bomber. Yeah, all because of the shoe bomber, because he had a bomb in his shoe. And you say the word bomb about 15 times. Yeah. One day you'll be arrested.
Because you were all convinced that this man called Robert Reed, Richard Reed, who sounded like a very charming sort of gentleman
from Wareham.
And that he got a bomb in his foot, in his shoe.
He did have a bomb in his shoe that he tried to assemble.
He was called the shoe bomber.
Yes, it malfunctioned, thank God, because it would have taken the plane
all I
down.
said to the man when he was doing this, I said, I am not the shoe bomber, okay? I am not the shoe bomber. I'm an elderly man and I am not taking my shoes off because I'm not the shoe bomber.
The other point being, of course, Michael, that you would not want to wreck a church's brogue by trying to get a bomb in it.
Exactly.
Exactly. Absolutely ridiculous. We had an embarrassing one the other day with Peggy and Woody because Molly took them to an event at... the Olympic Cinema in Barnes. Again, a charity event with her godmother, Anne Mullins, who, as you know, does a lot for local charities. And she does this thing at the Olympic Cinema. And Peggy had won a prize because it's a story writing competition. And Peggy had written a little story and won a prize. And when they got there, Anne had reserved some seats in the sort of VIP area up the back. And
what does VIP mean?
VIP.
Oh, right.
VIP. Woody and Peggy found themselves in the VIP area, and on the seats, I think actually throughout the entire cinema, was popcorn and a drink for everybody. Woody got into the seat and thought, hello, it's Christmas, decided to throw the popcorn far and wide. So Molly then had to pick the popcorn out of Patricia Hodges' hair, who was presenting some prizes because it had all got lodged in her hair. Molly was there saying, oh, I'm so sorry, Patricia, let me get that out. Was sort of picking the popcorn out. And then Woody then escaped. And at the end of the row was Frank Gardner in his wheelchair. And Molly had to then clamber over Frank to try and retrieve Woody, who was going after other people's popcorn by then because he'd thrown his all over the room. So it was carnage. So there was a lot of going back to apologise for that. I'm just trying to think if Jack ever did any other sort of big, or any of the other children.
Well, I don't remember the detail, but I think it was a question of, was there ever a time when Jack didn't cause complete chaos and carnage at any event of any description?
I do remember.
It was always Jack.
Yeah, I do remember going to a family funeral with him, and it was deemed appropriate that the children were there because it was a family member. I can't remember who it was. Possibly one of your member of your family. It might have been Uncle Peter's, maybe. And he insisted on wearing tights. Green tights to the funeral. And I thought, you know what? There are some battles I'm prepared to fight. I'm not prepared to go into battle on this one. He's just going to have to go to the funeral in tights. So he did. Very Jack.
Very Jack.
So yes, there's another old adage. We've had Coles to Newcastle. I'm going to give you another adage, PPJ, which is I can't take him anywhere except back to apologise.
Oh.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Can't take you anywhere except back to apologise, Michael Whitehall.
What you're suggesting?
Shoe bomber.
Right.
Just saying.
Say sorry to the nice man.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, that's what I think you need to do, Ms. Doddle, Mr. Doddle, Ms. Doddle, they, them Doddle. You need to go back to apologise.
Right, fellow DLs. I'm an Ogdal.
Oh.
An OGDL.
Ah, an Ogdal.
And I need something settling.
Okay.
My missus would say next Saturday we're doing X.
Yep.
Meaning the next Saturday coming, which is wrong. Next Saturday is the one after the the upcoming Saturday.
So, yeah.
I would love to hear Michael's opinion on this. Anonymous.
Right. So today is Thursday. So
Yeah.
I would say we've got this Saturday and then next Saturday, which is the one after the Saturday coming up. So we're on Thursday.
Yeah.
So if we were doing something on Saturday, which we are actually, what would
I
you
would say we're doing something this Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
What if it's Saturday?
Okay. What if? Good point, PPJ. What if it's Saturday and we're
I'd
doing
say
something?
we're doing something next Saturday.
What if it's Sunday?
Yeah. What if it's Sunday?
I'd say next.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't
Sunday.
be, because if it's Sunday, you're doing something this Saturday.
Yes, it's an interesting
it's
question.
very, very confusing. It's a very tricky. It depends which day you're saying this statement, I would say.
Monday?
Oh, if it's a Monday, we're doing something this Saturday because it's upcoming. And if it was the one after that, you'd have to say we're doing something next Saturday. It's very confusing.
Somebody says to you, what are your plans over the next few weeks?
Yeah.
I would say, well, we're going somewhere.
We are actually. We're back to Studland this Saturday.
We're going to next
and then the
Saturday.
following Saturday, we're going to the BBH.
Where would you stand on the phrase doing something Saturday week?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
That does what it says on the tin.
I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do. Yes, we're going.
Do we need to call Neil? No, a bit context
Saturday
for
week.
Neil. I think it's another
Next
half an
Saturday.
hour.
I don't know if there's a right answer, really. Is
No.
there?
I think it depends what day you're actually delivering this news, and I think that.
Do you know? I honestly don't know. I mean, if I was genuinely talking about days of next week, I would say next Monday we're doing, next Tuesday, next Wednesday, next Thursday.
But given that it's
Friday.
Thursday and we're doing something on Saturday, what would you say? This Saturday?
This Saturday, I would say, if it was this week.
It's also the Saturday of it all that changes it. Because it's the weekend.
Yes.
So on a Wednesday, it's next Monday is the next Monday that comes up. It's not the following Monday.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's a tricky one, that one.
It's a tricky one.
Very. So we can't give you a definitive answer on that, but I think probably what you need to do is qualify when you're speaking. You'd have to say this. It would have to be this. Oh, Philly's off the bed. That was Philly getting off the bed. Yeah, bless her.
I think we should leave this topic
hanging
and maybe come back to
DLs, come back to us if you have any thoughts. Leave it hanging, as they say. There's a voice note coming, Michael Whitehall.
So do you want me to stop looking through these?
Yes, stop looking through these at the moment because we've got a little voice note incoming.
Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Whitehall and PPJ. It's Ollie here from Cornwall. I just thought I'd give you a quick voice note because Mrs. Whitehall was saying that there have not been many voice notes recently, so I thought I'd give you one and I'll be as quick as I possibly can. I'm a local town councillor for a town in Cornwall called St Austell. You might know it well through the Eden Project, where the G7 and Her Late Majesty Queen Elizabeth got off the Royal Train at St Austell train station. But my question is to Mr. Whitehall. Has Mr. Whitehall ever considered about being a local councillor? And if he hasn't, has Mrs. Whitehall? We get to meet lots of people. The Lord Lieutenant of Cornwall I have met, the High Sheriff. I have many influential friends, and etc. And I've been able to meet, and we've been able to make some cracking decisions for St Austell and Cornwall as a whole. So my question is, have either of the Whitehall seniors considered being local councillors?
I mean, there's a one-word answer for that, Michael Whitehall. I wouldn't let you anywhere near the local council.
Nor would I want to be anywhere near it. Not in a million trillion years would I be interested in being a local councillor. Definitely not. However, on the other hand, my wife would... I mean, I can't use the word that I would normally use, which is go down on you. But if you could get her on any council in any part of the country, she would be standing right in the front of the queue saying, me, me, me. And she would be on your council and she'd be brilliant on it. Absolutely brilliant. Whether she'd go as far as St. Austell is another matter. I would probably guess not. But I think even St. Austell, she might say, why not? And she'd be sitting around your council table making decisions day and night.
You see, I think you've got me completely wrong there, Michael Whitehall.
Why?
Because I definitely wouldn't.
Why not?
No, because I know the sort of things that I deal with the local council when I get hot under the collar about something.
Like what?
Well, like parking, like the redoing of the Putney Bridge, which is an absolute disaster traffic-wise. I mean, every road is backed up now every morning. The Lower Richmond Road is essentially a car park.
Yes.
As indeed is Putney Bridge.
Yeah,
absolute horror story, and I have let them know my feelings about it.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to be dealing with people's displeasure at pretty much everything. Air quality in Putney High Street, that's another one, which I believe is one of the worst in the country. The air quality in Putney High Street, because it's a car park.
I bet the air quality in St. Austell would be
very
better.
Good. Sorry, my dress keeps coming undone. There's a little slight malfunction going on. We do actually know St. Austell because do you remember, Michael Whitehall, the hit movie, Bad Education, the movie?
Yes.
We were based in St. Austell in a hotel. We had many a jolly night in St. Austell.
Was that the one where I played the vicar and got
the
cut?
priest? Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that.
I played the priest in the confessional.
I think we've done this story.
And I was cut.
Yeah, I think you made the bloopers reel at the end.
I was cut from the film.
Yeah.
And that restaurant we were in with the vicar and all that.
That was in Tintagel. And the man come up and said, could I ask why you dressed as a priest?
Yes, that's right. He said, could I just ask you something? And I thought, here we go again. Yeah. Yes, I'm Jack Whitehall's dad. And could you tell me, why are you dressed as a priest?
Yeah. The other thing I remember is that we filmed Bad Education, the movie, in, I want to say February, for various logistical reasons to get it out. We were having to make it look like the summer. So we were all standing around in shorts and a T-shirt. It was absolutely brassic. And my first day's filming was on it looked like a trawler. I mean, it was a fishing boat with Joanna Scanlon, the two of us. The weather was indescribable. There was a sort of monsoon storm came in as we were out in the bay. It was horrendous. So seasick, the two of us, trying to film and look jolly and summery in a cagoule. A lightweight cagoule, because it's meant to look like summer. It did not look like summer. And then, as I said, standing around in various seaside locations in a T-shirt and a shorts, trying to look nice and warm and hot and going, oh my God, it's boiling. And it was actually freezing. Anyway, that's my memory. That's showbiz. Yeah, that's the magic of showbiz, Michael.
It is.
Anyway, Oliver, thank you very much for the voice note. And DLs, as we're on that subject, please keep the voice notes coming, because we do like a voice note and we love a WhatsApp as well. Do we not, Mr. Whitehall?
We do.
Shall we do the number, PPJ? Because I'm going to wrap up in a minute. Brushes, please. 07712 1472.
I got quite out of hand.
Also, I think he was finishing.
I was giving you a little drum roll into the cymbal.
No, you were finishing before I finished the number. You had to elongate it. Should we go again on that?
Yeah.
Right. Pull yourself together, Hilary. Right, Michael, brushes, please. I can't. I'll just say it, deals, otherwise we'll never get through. 07712 147 236. not my finest work, but we got there in the end. Please do what you do so well. Rate, review, share, subscribe, tell your friends, follow the show. Keep those emails coming, thewitteringhwehalls@gmail.com. And please join us on Thursday for the bonus ep. It's been lovely being in your company. We will be back with you on Thursday. Until then, I will say farewell.
And I will say goodbye.
Oh, dear.